thanks for tuning in to this week's update. We'll start again as we normally do with the seedlings. No real change in the seedlings, the exception of a few of them getting bigger, especially the zucchinis and some of the cucumbers, as we can see here, as well as the additional thing of the peas sprouting. So the peas, once they've sprouted, once we've got some leaves on them, and all of the cells, as you can see, we've got a few cells where nothing's sprouted yet. Once we've got all cells sprouted, we'll get them out to the garage with the leeks, as well as maybe some of the big boys, the likes of the bumblebee tomato here, the sweetie at the back over here, and maybe the cherry tomato. It's starting to prosper at the back, as we can see. The cucumbers and such, the zucchinis, they'll stay inside until it's nice and warm. But next week it's meant to be hopefully about 5 degrees overnight, so they can definitely last in the garage with the lights in the temporary greenhouse that we've got out there. So yeah, as I say, no real changes here. We will go out into the garden. There's actually been quite a bit of work done in the garden, which is good. Get prepared for everything to go out, which is still a while off, but it's always good to be prepared. So let's go out and see the garden. Okay, out into the garden now, and done some work today on this guy to clean it up. Just gonna let it, it's gonna rain in a couple of days, so just let the rain wash it off, and then we'll put some landscape fabric on it, and then it will be exactly like this guy here. It'll go up against the fence like it is right now, and we'll get peas and cucumbers in there ready for the year. And then we've done a bit of landscaping over here just to tidy things up. Got a bit of mulch down, got the beds filled up, more mulch just to make sure we don't get the weeds growing, and then we filled up the other beds, so getting everything ready for planting season. And got some compost in there as well. It's the compost I use. Just use the one with the worm eggs and the worm castings in, just to give it a little bit of extra work that the worms do, as well as these big guys that I'll be filling up the garden bed here. Okay, and we'll go into the garage next. Okay, so into the garage now. It's a bit more cluttered at the moment, getting bikes and everything ready for the summer. But again, we've got some more of the compost here that's going to go for the balcony stuff. But we really don't have any change here. Again, we've got some of the strawberries sprouting, especially these guys. They're actually starting to flower, which I didn't expect in the garage. One bit of bad news, the tomato that was in here did die. It was way too cold for it, so that experiment failed. What I'm thinking is we actually need the bigger one of these. This is only a single one. They actually have walk-in ones that are like this, which you can seal up, which have a lot more space, and then quite possibly get a better one than this. This does a decent job of keeping things alive, but it definitely doesn't really help things grow. Again, gonna see at the end of the year what we really need and judge from there, because usually the end of the year, that's when you get the good deals. Really good news here though, we've got a lot of leeks growing in this tray, so we're going to have to split up some of these where we've got 3. So we're going to have to split these up, likely put some in the gaps of the ones that didn't really sprout, and then when it gets a little bit warmer, I'll throw those outside and in one of the raised beds, and away we go from there. Similar with the peas, give them a good head start in here, get them outside. Towards the end of the season, these will be ready to harvest. The peas should be harvesting within a month's time, hopefully. So really, that's all that there is for this week. It's a very quick update, very quick video. Nothing until the sun comes out, really. So hopefully that's going to be sooner rather than later, but you never know. We're in Canada. So thanks very much for tuning in this week, and hopefully I'll have a midweek update. Planning on doing some work, especially with that garden box. Show you how I do it. I do have the landscaping fabric. I'll just quickly show you right here. This is the landscaping fabric that I've been using. So basically just cut it to order, staple it onto the side, and away we go. So I'll try and get that as a midweek update. So again, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll speak to you soon.